This is unfortunately a scene that we're all too familiar with. Angry crowds gathered together in times of injustice. We've seen it with George Floyd, we've seen it with Tamir Rice, and we've seen it with Trayvon Martin, and now people are here for Tyre Nichols. I want to give you a look at what's happening tonight here in Washington Square Park. We've got close to 200 protesters in solidarity of Tyre Nichols. This is the girl they're looking for. 14-year-old Stephanie Cornier was last seen leaving her house Monday morning for school, but we're told she never made it there. Police telling us that the 16-year-old boy was walking in this intersection when 5 men approached him and stabbed him in the stomach. Tons of fans we've spoken to tonight, including a few of the Red Sox fans, have been looking forward to witness Aaron Judge hit that lucky number 61, but unfortunately it hasn't happened yet. The game is right now delayed. We see a lot of fans running to take cover for the rain. They've been leaving the game. Look at that. If you can see that heavy rain and wind is blowing out of control right now. If you're going to be out and about, definitely put on those heavy jackets, gloves, hats, all those works. But if you take a look at the Thunderbolt monitor here, right now we're at 39 degrees with around 2 or 3 miles per hour of northwest wind. With Thanksgiving Day just around the corner, families are already starting to prepare. Take a look at all these people who have come to the Castle Hill houses to pick up their free turkey and produce in preparation for their Thanksgiving feast. Those results rolling in this morning, and just hours ago in Brooklyn, Brian Cunningham takes the lead in District 43, winning that seat with a significant lead. There's the glitz, and there's the glam. Models showed us their best catwalk tonight at the Bay Plaza Mall.
I'm feeling very beautiful. I'm feeling really exquisite. This is my first time walking. I was really excited and nervous at the first.
I'm very amped about it. I'm so excited. It's like everything is elevating from here. Like it goes up from here.
Bronx Fashion Week is all about diversity and inclusivity, showing the audience how fashion can be for everybody.
In the beginning, time of fashion, you always have to stick with, it was always sticking with one category, but it felt like they expanded with more people, shapes of all different sizes. We're trying to get out there to promote that clothes can be put for anybody.
Tonight we saw looks from major retailers like JCPenney, Forever 21, and Windsor, as well as original works from emerging designer Sade Nicole.
I kind of try to incorporate sexy and confident in my clothing, so you'll see a lot of that tonight. So I hand sewed everything. I taught myself how to sew in 2016, officially started business in 2019, so it's just been a journey since then.
For founder Flora Montez, it was always her vision to showcase what the Bronx has to offer.
This is the vision. It's about community and culture, and that's what we are. That's what makes this fashion house different. That's what makes this fashion house stand out, because we are about the Bronx.
Now, this is just a glimpse of all the fabulous looks we've seen on the runway tonight. If you missed the show, don't worry, because Bronx Fashion Week will be back in May. From Bay Plaza, Cecilia Hua, News 12.
It's like extreme makeover New York City style.
Sanitation workers were up bright and early this morning to clean up along a stairwell that residents say have been littered for decades.
You got people throwing stuff out their window, people that just come around just to dump stuff like this is a dump area. They don't care. It's just been the same. It's disgusting. Very disgusting.
Starting today, the city is officially launching its $14.5 million Get Stuff Clean initiative to target more than 1,000 areas like this around the city.
We've identified 1,000 locations in almost every neighborhood in our city for which cleaning has either been underfunded or unfunded, or jurisdiction hasn't been clear. And we have said the Department of Sanitation is going to take over cleaning of these areas like the one we're standing in right now.
DSNY hiring 200 new sanitation workers to keep up with the cleaning, as well as installing more cameras to enforce against illegal dumping. Within an hour, a once littered stairwell is already looking cleaner, but some residents are skeptical about the city's efforts.
It's okay, but I don't think it'll last. By the time I come home, it'll be dirty again.
The sanitation department tells me that list of 1,000 hotspots around the city is still growing, and residents can always report illegal dumping in their neighborhood by calling 311. In Tremont, Cecilia Hua, News 12.
How is it that I can live in the literary capital of the world and not have a bookstore?
Titled 1.5 Million. The documentary, directed by Bronx filmmaker Gregory Hernandez, highlights what he describes as a literary crisis here in the borough.
We're often known as the forgotten borough. I think it's unfortunately by design that the most diverse congressional district in the nation is also the poorest.
Growing up as an avid reader, Hernandez struggled to find access to books in the Bronx and often relied on bookstores in other boroughs. In 2016, when the Barnes & Noble at Bay Plaza closed down, he decided to make this documentary.
Poverty and illiteracy, they intersect and thus create the crisis that we see in this documentary, which is why we highlight the heroes who are saying, I'm going to put playground libraries in NYCHA projects.
Heroes like Noel Santos, a Bronx native who opened up one of the only indie bookstores, the Lit Bar. The documentary took over 5 years to make and premiered last month.
A lot of the time, kids don't like to read simply because they're being told to read or because like it's an assignment. You know, it's something that like you have to do. It's a work, it's a chore. But now there's these events happening that's like, oh, reading can be fun and enjoyable, and it can be something to be excited about.
Hernandez and his team hope that kids will watch the documentary and be encouraged to pick up more books.
And I think this documentary will hopefully highlight those heroes so that way we can get more funding to them and to Bronx nonprofits and our library as a whole. I'm excited and I'm optimistic, but we still have work to do.
Hernandez hopes to bring his documentary onto streaming platforms and enter in film festivals. In Fordham, Cecilia Hua, News 12.